Hey Miss Brandon's class, welcome to our read aloud. Today we're going to be reading Trupp by Janell. It all started when Trupp began to wonder how big the world was. Gazing out over the red cliffs of his home, Trupp tried and tried to imagine what might be beyond. His head hurt from thinking so hard. Finally, he decided to see for himself. Trupp marched to the family cave where he found Eep, Ert, Raw, Traw, and Maw. Little Yaw slipped in just in time to hear Trupp announce, "I want to go past the red cliffs." The old ones looked at one another. Then Traw told Trupp, "You've learned to survive on your own, but you know little about humans. Most people who see us fear us." Ert explained, "If you wear clothes, however, they will not see who you are. They won't even notice you. Their pets may recognize you anyway," warned Maw. "We must be very careful." Little Yaw waved as the old ones watched Trupp eagerly set off on a trail that led away from the family cave. He scrambled up the red rock cliffs and teetered along the narrow canyon ledge. His strong claws kept him from falling. When the land became flatter and greener, Trupp found cool, grassy places to rest at night. He was enchanted by cricket songs in the moonlight. Sounds to me like Trupp is moving from one habitat to another. What do you think? One day, Trupp came upon a path that was unnaturally straight. It led past people dwellings far in the distance. "Uh-oh," Trupp said. "Time to find some clothes." He started down the path in search of a disguise. How do you think Trupp is going to disguise himself? Let's find out. Soon Trupp found something very strange standing near tall rows of corn. A large blackbird was perched by its head. "Don't be scared," called the bird. "This old scarecrow doesn't scare me 'cause I'm a raven. Ever heard of a scare raven? Croak, cock, cock, cock." He laughed. "No," Trupp answered, "but I must find some clothes to wear so people won't be afraid of me." "Well, then use these," the bird replied, pointing his wing at the scarecrow. So how is Trupp getting his clothes? That's right, he's getting them from the scarecrow. With the raven's help, Trupp struggled into the pants and shirt. He covered his fuzzy white head with the hat. The bird flew away and returned carrying a towel. He wrapped it around the scarecrow and said, "Don't want him to catch a chill." He lit on Trupp's shoulder. "And by the way, I come with the clothes. Call me Croc." "How do you do, Croc? I'm pleased to have you as a companion," Trupp replied as he headed for the unnaturally straight path. Who's joining Trupp? That's right, Croc is joining him. He goes with the clothes. Large boxes on wheels now stood on the path. The raven fluttered aboard one that had an open door. "All aboard," said Croc. "This train will take us fast and far." As Trupp stretched to climb up, the pants ripped. A cool breeze tickled his tail. Slowly, the big boxcar began to move with a sound like thunder. As the train picked up speed, the green land went by in a blur. I wonder where they're traveling to next. After a long time, the train came to a halt with great screeching and crashing. They were in a gray, quiet place. When Trupp leaped to the ground, he howled in pain. A clear, sharp stone had stuck in his foot. "Broken glass," mumbled Croc. "You have to watch out for that stuff here." "Ow, wow, wow," Trupp cried as he picked the sliver out with his claws. So where did Trupp and Croc travel to? That's right, they traveled to the city. In no time, Trupp and Croc found busy streets crowded with people. The humans rushed past, their shoes clopping on the concrete. Trupp was amazed that they all thought he was one of them. "They don't even notice me," cackled Croc. "Why don't the people notice him?" That's right, because he's dressed in human clothes. Do you guys have pets? Do you dress them in human clothes? I know that Trupp isn't a pet, but can you see how he used this disguise to blend in? Yeah. Let's continue. Thirsty and covered with dust, Trupp and Croc were delighted to find a pool of water. They drank and took a bath. "Can't you read the sign?" shouted an angry voice. "No swimming in the fountain." A man in stiff blue clothes and shiny black shoes stood glaring at Trupp. "Kids these days don't even know how to read. I'll just have to notify the authorities," the man growled as he stomped away. "You must be hot too," said Trupp. Uh-oh. I hope he doesn't call the authorities. Not far from the fountain, a woman in a red hat and a tiny dog with a red bow on its head sat on a bench. The woman was throwing bread on the grass. "What a generous person," Trupp said to Croc as they hungrily snapped up a few pieces. But the woman yelled, "Hey kid, get out of here! You shouldn't be eating food off the ground! And tell your mama to fix your pants!" The little dog snarled. "Arf, arf, arf." "He sees me," gasped Trupp. "We'd better run." Trupp and Croc fled back into the streets. What do you think Trupp meant when he said, "He sees me"? He's talking about the dog. The dog recognizes him. And Trupp is afraid that he's blowing his cover. So off they go. But a big woman blocked their path. "Well, well, well," she said. "I see your kind in town every once in a while. You're one of those cat things." Trupp froze. This person saw who he really was. Looking around for an escape, Trupp noticed the ground glittered with broken glass. The people dwellings were splashed everywhere with brilliant colors. Dark shadows stretched between the tall buildings. Trupp couldn't decide whether to stay or run away. Let's see what he decides. "My name is Bernice," said the woman. "If you go running off, your feet will get even more cut up than they already are. Let me see your paw." Bernice seemed to know Trupp's foot hurt, just as she had known who he was. She hummed softly as she cleaned the cut on his paw. Then she covered it with a small bandage from a box she had pulled from a cart piled high with her belongings. "Thank you, Bernice," said Trupp. "I'm Trupp." "And I'm Croc," said the raven. "What are you doing here?" Bernice asked. "This can be an extremely dangerous place after dark." Why are all of Bernice's belongings in a cart? That's right. She's homeless, and so all of her belongings are in a cart because she lives in this park. Lifting Trupp into her cart, Bernice said to Croc, "Come on, Bird. It's time we got out of here." Oh, okay, so she doesn't live in the park, but she's going to take them where she lives. "I'm going to take you two uptown where you'll be safer." They rolled along the narrow, littered streets. "Almost there," Bernice assured them. "I know several good places to eat and sleep." Okay, so she's not taking them to where she lives, but she is taking them to a safe place to sleep and eat. Suddenly, a man jumped at them from the shadows. "It's Mad Mo," Bernice hissed. "He's terribly unpredictable." With a toothless smile and amazing strength, Mad Mo charged the cart and roared, "Going uptown, eh? Well, I'll uptown you!" Trupp, Croc, and everything Bernice owned went flying out onto the ground. Terrified but not hurt, Trupp knew just what to do. What do you think Trupp's going to do? He pulled off his disguise and hopped in front of the man. "Hey, you're a cat or something like that," Mad Mo stammered. Trembling, Trupp said, "Please leave us alone, or I may need to use my claws." The man's toothless mouth gaped. He looked at Bernice and gasped, "You hear this thing talking?" Bernice shrugged. "Don't hear a word." The man clapped his hands over his ears and ran away, ducking as Croc swooped about his head. So Bernice pretended that she couldn't hear Trupp, and that really scared Mad Mo. Trupp dressed and everyone put the cart back in order. Soon they arrived uptown and sat down outside the back door of a restaurant. "I love Italian food," Bernice said, "and the people who run this place like to share." Passing a tray of garlic bread, Bernice pointed and said, "That's spaghetti on the side." They all ate heartily and with style. I love spaghetti too. Bellies full, they went to a park with green grass and lots of trees. "My favorite spot," Bernice murmured as they lay drifting to sleep beneath an old soft blanket. Then she chuckled. "Funny, isn't it? I wear all this bright stuff to keep from feeling invisible. When people stare at me, it helps me know I'm here. But Trupp puts on clothes so he will disappear." Trupp sighed. "I'm glad you saw me, but I'm getting tired of wearing all these clothes. I want to go home." "I know what you mean," Bernice said. Early the next morning, Bernice showed Trupp and Croc to the edge of town. "Thank you for not being afraid of me," said Trupp. "Thank you for everything." Croc clucked in agreement. Bernice smiled as she pinned the big yellow button from her hat on Trupp's shirt. "Ah, but I should thank you. It's not every day that I get the chance to help someone." So they began their journey back home. The end. I hope you enjoyed this week's read alouds. We'll see you next week.